Go round. Before devolution, if you wanted to know devolution conference that is coming in Homa Bay, to see for yourself that devolution is working and working real well. I can tell you that before we took over as counties, Kenya did not have, not a single ECD teacher had been hired anywhere in this country. Today we have hired teachers. They are getting paid salaries that are cutting across, that are as good as any other teacher's salaries. We have already brought in, we have already worked around a scheme of service for them. We are paying them. They never were there. Go round. Before devolution, if you wanted to know which is an ECD center, go to the corner where you find the poorest classroom, looking very ugly and somewhere. That was what was called the ECD center. Go today, you find wonderful places. Kiambu here has done 224 of those beautiful classrooms, and many others around the county. We have provided learning materials. So when people say that devolution is not working, in Nyeri County, for example, in almost every other village, we have done a Maram road that we can afford. We have done the tarmac that we could. Wajir has done what they have done. Mandera has done what they have done. Irongo Kangata is here with a mobile dialysis unit. Surely, are you people saying devolution is not working? That is how well we are working, and we will continue fighting for this and this space. And I want to thank the chair, our chair, because he has stood firm. And even when there is threat from everywhere else, he stood firm and stood for devolution. And I support him 100%. Thank you.
Appearing as order number 9 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party or business sponsored by a committee. Honorable Speaker, in moving, I want to say this, that today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays are meant for private members' bills and or committee bills. But because we have a matter that is very important for this country, the Social Protection Bill, Honorable Speaker, it is important that we allow debate on this bill that is coming on the second reading so that we are able to pass this as soon as possible. Honorable Speaker, passing this bill unlocks billions and a lot of money that will be used, Honorable Speaker, for social protection. If you look at social protection, we have money that is usually given to Kenyans that require support of government in their livelihoods and in their lives. And this is such an important bill, Honorable Speaker. As I prepare the Honorable Silvanus Osoro, the Chief Whip, to second this motion, Honorable Speaker, I would like to say that this is a piece of legislation that we must have as a country, the Social Protection Bill. This bill, Honorable Speaker, if you look at the money that we give, 3.4 billion, Honorable Speaker, that goes into supporting the WAZE, the fund that is usually released, the Social Protection Fund, and many other funds and other monies that are given in kind. If we do not pass this bill as a country, we suffer the consequence of not being able to support the vulnerable people in our country. And therefore, it is important that this Wednesday today, we debate this bill and pass it at second reading so that, Honorable Speaker, we unlock the billions of funds that may come from our friends, our donors, and partners who want to support the vulnerable. I can see the honorable member for Nakuru looking at me. Yes, there are very many vulnerable people in Nakuru. And if we pass this bill, Honorable Speaker, the people of Nakuru will be helped and they will have a lot of money, Honorable Speaker. And Kwanza, actually the people of Kwanza require, the people of Baringo North, and we have to pass this bill, Honorable Speaker. I think it is consensus. Just a few people, we discuss this bill, we pass it, and billions are unlocked to help even the people of Honorable Gesairo. Honorable Speaker, I move and request the Honorable Silvanus Osoro to support the procedural motion. Thank you. To second the procedural motion.
Proceed.
Thank you very much,
Honorable Speaker, you know the Honorable Deputy Majority Leader was a drama teacher in school, so he speaks with a lot of expressions when making a point, and that is very good. But be that as it may, Honorable Speaker, what we are seeking in this procedural motion, Honorable Speaker, is to exempt the business, Honorable Speaker, of today, this very morning, because ideally, it's within the knowledge of members that Wednesday mornings are preserved for the private members' bill, and it can only be through the movement of this House, the agreement by this House, that we exempt that business so that we can dispense of the government business, Honorable Speaker. That is very crucial. Honorable Speaker, one of the very serious business that we really need to dispense of, Honorable Speaker, that is in the order paper, is the Social Protection Bill. I see several members really confusing the bill that is in order 11 and the bill that was also in the order paper yesterday, Honorable Speaker. And I want to assure the honorable members that the bill that is in order 11 is a private member's bill. Very, very different from what members, think to be what should be on the order paper, Honorable Speaker. So we seek to exempt the business, Honorable Speaker, of today, so that we can push forward the business of the social protection. But, Honorable Speaker, I was surprised when Honorable Owen said that the reason why we are pushing for the social protection bill is to support people like the Honorable member for Kwanza. And I don't know what he meant. I don't know whether the Honorable member for Kwanza is 75 and requires the 2,000 shillings and in a month. But if indeed he requires, when eventually it goes up, it will be very good. So, and he should have mentioned the other members, the Honorable Yusuf, the Honorable member for Kwanza, and several others, Honorable Speaker, who was 75, Honorable Speaker, and above. And with that, Honorable Speaker, I beg to second. And Honorable Moroto, too.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House resolves to exempt the business appearing on order number 9 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for the business not sponsored by the majority or minority party or business sponsored by a committee. I can give one or two people to say something. Honorable Millie, would you like to speak? Okay, honorable members, I now put the question that this House resolves to exempt the business appearing on order number 9 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party or business sponsored by a committee. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? No. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, the Social Protection Bill, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2025, second reading, resumption of debate.
Yeah, so honorable members, I think this particular bill had been moved, it had been seconded, so now we're just proceeding, and proposed, so now we are proceeding with debate. So Honorable Millie Odhiambo, you had said you wanted to contribute to this bill?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I wish to thank you for giving me this opportunity. And Madam Speaker, I, at the onset, want to say that I support this bill. Madam Speaker, when I first came into Parliament, I was originally moving actually a similar bill, but I spoke with the late Honorable Joyce Laboso, who also had a similar idea, and agreed to cede my bill to it. Madam Speaker, the reason why I think this bill is very good and very timely, Madam Speaker, is because, Madam Speaker, all my life, this is what I witnessed. My mother was a social worker, working with the County Council of Homa Bay those days. And Madam Speaker, this is all that she did all her life. cushioning vulnerable persons. And Madam Speaker, one of the things that was very clear then was that our house, we were used to people coming in when they were not even able to get government support. And my mom helped a lot of people. Young people young bright people get access to Starehe Boys Center. Then we didn't have a Starehe Girls Center. A lot of people get medical assistance and others. Of course, at this point in time, we also have different systems of assistance through, the government. But I'm happy that this social protection bill will actually then ensure that we take care of the vulnerable in a more consolidated and cohesive manner. I know that when Honorable Joyce brought her bill, it has not actually been actualized. And so this coming from the government will get the actual support that is needed. I know Honorable Masara has brought in a similar bill, and I wish the government side had actually spoken to Honorable Masara before, because sometimes it's discouraging for a member of parliament to put in so much effort, and then midway you are told, no, the government has brought one. Of course, it's much better when it's supported by the government, and especially when it's a member who is having a second or so term. Me, I've been here a long time. I've ceded a few of my bills to the government. Even more recently, Obedwanle had told me that they are taking over one of my bills, which I'm okay with, but so long as you make sure you don't lose the core concerns and interests that the member had in that bill. So I think it is in good order and out of courtesy that you should also talk to a member when the government wants to take over a bill that a member is doing, and just to agree so that you consolidate. Madam Speaker, one of the things that I'd want to say that I like about this bill is on the principles of the bill, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, if you look at clause 5, clause 5 says the implementation of this act shall be guided by the following principles: equity, social justice, inclusiveness, non-discrimination, and participatory governance. Madam Speaker, when you talk about equity, it means that we'll be paying focus to especially marginalized and vulnerable groups, including women, including poor children, and areas that even have economically for many years been marginalized and not included in the system. And Madam Speaker, when you talk about non-discrimination, again, it's the same concept that brings in all those areas that have been left out. Madam Speaker, I'm also happy that the other principle that is raised in the bill is promotion of a rights-based approach to the delivery of social protection interventions. And Madam Speaker, when you are talking about a rights-based approach, Madam Speaker, it is an approach that ensures that there is participation by the public, and that and there's a component of accountability, and where people are not happy, that there's a process of an appeal system where you can actually raise concerns where the process is not done well. Madam Speaker, it also talks about adequacy, accessibility, and sustainability of social protection interventions. And Madam Speaker, when you are talking about accessibility, one of the things I'm hoping that this bill will do will to take into account the geographical variations in this country. For instance, if you are talking about, Madam Speaker, even as I'm speaking, I've gotten distracted by Honorable Clive, Madam Speaker. And I just want, Madam Speaker, I don't know if I have your attention. Madam Speaker? Yes, Madam Speaker, Honorable Clive, who has since started calling himself Honorable MATIANG'I. Is he properly dressed? He's wearing sneakers in the house. I know he's really supporting Honorable MATIANG'I, but he's wearing sneakers in the house. Is that proper dressing for a member, Madam Speaker? Maybe you can direct maybe after I've finished my contribution.
I think the Sergeant at Arms can check that and advise me, because I can't see.
Yeah, I know he has. He's come with me from Tashkent, and he got very good outfit from Tashkent. But is this the time to showcase what he got from Tashkent, Madam Speaker? Madam Speaker, the adequacy, accessibility, and sustainability of social protection intervention is also important. And so that, Madam Speaker, we are not just talking about tokenism. So, and then we feel that we have actually supported our vulnerable. Madam Speaker, I want to give an example of what I saw one time in my constituency. Madam Speaker, why this bill is important. One time when I was going around and I went to this community, and this lady...
What's your point of order, Honorable Osoro?
Go round. Before devolution, if you wanted to know devolution conference that is coming in Homa Bay, to see for yourself that devolution is working and working real well. I can tell you that before we took over as counties, Kenya did not have, not a single ECD teacher had been hired anywhere in this country. Today we have hired teachers. They are getting paid salaries that are cutting across, that are as good as any other teacher's salaries. We have already brought in, we have already worked around a scheme of service for them. We are paying them. They never were there. Go round. Before devolution, if you wanted to know which is an ECD center, go to the corner where you find the poorest classroom, looking very ugly and somewhere. That was what was called the ECD center. Go today, you find wonderful places. Kiambu here has done 224 of those beautiful classrooms, and many others around the county. We have provided learning materials. So when people say that devolution is not working, in Nyeri County, for example, in almost every other village, we have done a Maram road that we can afford. We have done the tarmac that we could. Wajir has done what they have done. Mandera has done what they have done. Irongo Kangata is here with a mobile dialysis unit. Surely, are you people saying devolution is not working? That is how well we are working, and we will continue fighting for this and this space. And I want to thank the chair, our chair, because he has stood firm. And even when there is threat from everywhere else, he stood firm and stood for devolution. And I support him 100%. Thank you.